So, I tried the new Chronicled Wish banner for Genshin Impact as a free-to-play player. How did it went? That's not English, whatever. So, proof for being completely free-to-play, I have nothing here. Oops. I have nothing here. There's absolutely fucking nothing here. I cannot consume. I can do shit. Everything here is already bought. All the skins are here except the ones that were dealt for free. There's no Welcome Moon. There's nothing. There's nothing. So this stuff is here. There's nothing. So how did it go as a free-to-play player? I already recorded by my own those wishes just to make a review after that. And as you can see, I got quite lucky with an early at like 11 PT, and I got a child. This is why you wear protection when you're pulling. Wait, what? So I ended up getting a clip, which I leveled up for the. I need you to be silent for a moment, little catastrophic terrorist. I leveled her up to get the bonus wish. Level characters at make them ascend for the first time at least, just to get the first wish. So as you can see, I got kicked in the ass because I wanted Eula, because I really like her character. Uh, I like the fact that she deals big physical damage. I have already multiple full sets of Bloodstain, Chivalry, or whatever. As you can see, I have the fate points at 1 out of 1, so I have Eula guaranteed. To all my free-to-play fellas, this fate point will reset as soon as the event wish, or well, the chronicled wish finishes. So, yeah, I'm gonna digress more about that. And since I had some bonus stuff, I managed to still get to 60 PT, because it was an early. So I even got let's say lucky, because it was 9, literally, not even 11, it was 9. So I did get lucky. I pretty much have guaranteed Eula within a number of wishes that is reasonable for one character, for one 5-star character. But how do I feel about using my free-to-play resources on a banner that is detached from the other banners, and the PT doesn't transfer from this to this, and also uses intertwined fate and doesn't use the acquaintant fate, which is a complaint I saw a couple of people make, which I kind of understand, and not. I will explain myself. I do understand why people want to use the blue fates, the blue wishes for this banner for multiple reasons, like especially for navigated players, veteran players. The blue wish is pretty much useless. You don't. You may end up not using it because you already have all the characters. Getting the weapons is a conundrum in this game. So I kinda get it. You wanna make them get a new use. I also don't get it because, after all, there's still event characters on these banners. There's Eula, there's Albedo here, there's Klee, there's weapons that are usually in the event banner, like Eula's weapon or the Aquila Favonia. So I am kinda in the middle between the two. My solution will be allowing you to use both, simply enough, because this banner is kinda in between the event limited banner and the standard banner. So I would let us use both kind of wishes, just to make them useful. Also, using the blue wishes is not completely, useful after all, because nobody, especially free to play, is gonna convert their primogems into blue wishes, and you don't get that many blue wishes around the game, so it's a non-problem really. It's just after all, you're still gonna end up using resources in any case. The solution will be from Genshin Impact to give us more blue wishes to justify this banner having blue wishes, but we'll see. I think there's room for improvement for this banner, because this banner is a good solution for characters to be cycled a bit faster, because waiting 2 years for Eula to come back, Albedo wasn't coming back at all. So this banner is a good idea. It needs some improvements. Like I as a free to play wish for a smaller PT, like I don't know, like the weapon banner one. Like it's 10 less wishes total, but yeah, it's mostly for free to play players, and I assure you, most of spenders in the game won't use these banners, because they are more likely to have the characters that can possibly be featured in this one than free to play players. So doesn't make much sense to ask for free to play players to spend money, because at that point is kinda bad. So this has room for improvements. As a free to play player, how do I feel? Do I feel as a free to play? So I am not gonna pull on the current banners. I do like Chiori, but I don't feel like I need her. I don't need Hitto because I do have Navia. And the next banners are gonna be Kazuha and Nuvillet, which, as you can see, I already have them, so I don't really use those. The big problem is what's coming next. And we all know that Arlecchino got drip marked. And it's a very hyped up character. I kinda like her, so I am probably gonna pull for her. But right now, I feel like I don't have enough resources to fulfill my Eula cravings and my Arlecchino cravings. Especially because, after all, it's a normal banner that doesn't keep the pity when well, not the pity, that doesn't keep the guaranteed when goes away. So it kinda sucks, and it kinda helps when you wanna catch up on some characters like Eula or such. So what I'm trying to say is that the fact that this banner still has a 50-50 and not like a 75-25 like the Lightcom banner for Honkai Star Rail has, it's probably what's gonna kill the feature. Like, nobody is gonna pull for characters in that banner, especially free-to-play players, because spenders probably already have all the characters that will show up, and free-to-play players will feel bad after using resources on that banner, because like I got, as I said, lucky I'm getting Eula into a reasonable amount of resources as a free-to-play. But I feel bad because I know that I cannot just be like, okay, now I stop and I have guaranteed Arlecchino, for example. Or if you don't have Nuvillette, I have guaranteed Nuvillette. That's a big problem. And I feel like that as a gacha game, you gotta keep the free-to-play in... you gotta keep the free-to-play players happy, because the free-to-play players constitute basically the majority of gacha games, after all. Either free-to-play or low spenders. Like people that maybe buy just the Welcome Moon or something like that. Like, just to show you, I do not even have the Battle Pass. So I got lucky this time, I got an early, and funnily enough, I lost the 50-50 to an event character, which is kinda funny. But yeah, after getting my Eula, because I'm at 60, I'm not gonna just let that 60 there wasted. Like, at this point, it's just... I'm too deep, as people can say. But I don't feel enticed to pull in that banner anymore. Because it doesn't feel good. because it's too like convoluted within itself. It seems like more a way to stop people from complaining about characters not getting reruns, which is absolutely fair that they added as a feature. But I feel like too it's too hard on people that missed out on those characters. I kinda was hyped when it got announced because I was like, this is a good way for people to get characters that they did not get. Like, as you can see in the banner, you can choose even a standard weapon, a standard character. Like, I don't have the Wolf Gravestone, but I can select the Wolf Gravestone and get it after a bit. But I'm dying. Yeah, after some consideration and after manually experiencing it, I don't feel like this is worth it. Like, I'm getting Eula because I like Eula, but what other characters would I get in this banner? Let's say, I don't know, Deia. They put Deia in this banner. I do not have Deia. Not, and I'm waiting for the standard banner to drop me something that is not like this fucking lens. But I feel like that this function is way less comfortable than it looked like when it got announced. And it's kind of a shame because I feel like something like this should belong in gacha games. Like, I think that Honkai Star Rail will get this function later on. Probably even earlier than Genshin Impact because the new 5 stars released are like more than Genshin's. For some reason, the Honkai Star Rail team wants to fill up the the character roster so fast. But yeah, once I get my Eula, I'll just get the fuck out and forget about this banner's existence. Like, I'm just gonna put it aside and there's nothing of use. And I'm not even enticed to be like, it's okay, I'm gonna pick a weapon, like, I'm gonna pick the Wolf's Gravestone. I'm not gonna do that. Because if I either pull on the standard banner or I lose the 50-50 on the weapon banner, I will get it anyway someday. I don't need the Wolf's Gravestone as in right now. I do have like the Skyward Pride. I do have the Akumaru. I have this one. I have the Melusin's sword that I should level up. Even doing the Melusin's quest. So I don't need a great sword at the moment. I can even craft some like I can go to Fontaine and craft the new one, which is pretty good, especially for free to play. I have the like I'm not even gonna say I use the Wolf's Gravestone for my new Eula. I have the Snow-Tombed Star Silver, which is a completely free-to-play sword. I just found it doing a quest in Dragonspine. So yeah, don't mind the ungodly amount of bells here. So yeah, out of I don't know 10, this banner unfortunately gets a 5. Like it's a good idea to ease the 5 stars rotation, but how it is conceived and brought to us, it may feel more of a waste than anything else, especially if you don't get lucky. Like, you're not gonna be like, I get my 5 star at 9 PT, and the 5 star I chose is basically within a reasonable amount of PT. Mm, It's not always gonna happen. Like, in the worst cases, you're just gonna spend 160 pulls just on this banner, and the residue PT isn't even gonna transfer on either of this banner. So I hope they somehow improve this, because this is a resource to improve your builds, especially for weapons, but as in right now it's not it doesn't sound good. Like I'm usually not one for the complaining about Genshin Impact, because I feel like people some most of the time miss the center of what can be criticized and what is not worth criticizing. This new feature, especially because it's, well, new, it's meant to help people collecting characters, but other than that, it's not gonna feel good for someone that doesn't spend too much or anything, especially because you aren't even gonna have a spiral abyss that's gonna be associated with the character in the banner, so you cannot you may not even use that characters immediately, because for example Eula won't have a physical weak spiral abyss. It may happen that they will put the fucking Kachia machines in the spiral abyss, and what can you do other than that? You can use it on the other side, okay? But if it's like now that we are just leaving the Cloud Retainer banner with the plunging attacks, and we are entering the Chiori and Itto banners, this Spiral Abyss is gonna cycle stuff weak to Geo, and maybe some stuff weak to Idaho, because Nuvillet is coming the next half of the patch. So you may not use the character you are pulling for immediately. To look at the bright side, you have the character, so you're fine for whenever they come out, and it's still resources that you have spared, right? But that didn't feel right as a free to play, because it felt like using all my primos for the standard banner, which is something not even big spenders do, unless they're a content creator and they're doing a wishing challenge for maybe getting a certain character, or they're trying to randomize the abyss, or they want to complete a certain character, like maybe you have C5 of any of these characters and you are trying to fish for the last constellation, just to say, I finished this character. Maybe you are a catching main and you wanna finish catching, or catching's best slot is in this banner, and you have more chances to get something you want than the weapon banner, but that's up to the person. But other than that, having a different PT and having still a 50-50 and not like a 75-25 doesn't make this banner feel as good as it's supposed to be. That said, I'm getting my Eula to drop nukes not even Oppenheimer ever dreamt of. But once I get her, this banner is just gonna be forgotten in a cute angle, like in the corner, in the naughty corner, not even naughty, just the corner, and it's gonna stay there for a while until I don't know, they put characters like a item or some stuff in this, even though that may happen like in a long time, because what they said is that the characters featured in this banner need to have at least 3 past banners, and all item is just at 2, I think. So yeah, if this banner gets Kazuha, which is a very popular character, then it will get more value. But at that point, is it worth to go for Kazuha in this banner? Or is it more worth to wait for Kazuha's normal event banner? That's up to you. So this concludes my very dangerous experiment as a free-to-play, because now I may not have guaranteed Arlecchino, and if I wanted to try for Arlecchino's weapon, I will have to wait. So hopefully I'll get lucky, but you can't always get lucky, I guess, especially because I just lost the 50-50 on this banner. at least it wasn't the look like at least it's a funny meme because she goes around making fishes explode poor fontaine. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about this banner. Be civil, like just don't make, just don't write stuff like this or Genshin could never or stupid shit like that. Like let's put up a civil and actual discussion on this because that's how opinions and truth is at the end of the day achieved. Maybe it will get better if we do like that. If it doesn't, like I said, in the corner, forgotten making home for the spiders to make spider webs and whatever. Like, at least make the fate point transfer from banner to banner, and most importantly, make the banner last more. Like, the fact that lasts as the current event banner doesn't make any sense because what's gonna happen once it came off? It, it wears off. Like, the second half doesn't have a chronicle wish, or it's gonna be another cycle of characters. Like, what are you gonna put here? Liwe characters? Sumeru characters? That that doesn't feel right. Like, this banner is a recovery banner. Make it at least last for the whole patch and not just divide it in half. And because that's not gonna help anyone. That feels too forced. And yeah. So that's it. As said, let me know in the comments. Let me know like actual arguments for this. And yeah. Nuillet is just gonna sip his water, and that's it. If you enjoyed this discussion video, I have made more. I have one right here about Honkai Star Rail's power trip discussion and doom posting of such. And yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for watching.